What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. And today we're filming a video I wasn't expecting to be posting for a little while. However, sometimes some things must come to an end. Those things that you love, you must let go of. And today we're saying goodbye to the McLaren 765 LT. Now, like I said, I wasn't expecting to be filming this video, posting this video anytime soon. I was thinking of hanging on to this car for a little bit longer. Been really enjoying the ownership in terms of from the car itself. Really enjoying what it's like to live with it, drive it. And I mean, it's a ridiculous car, let's be honest. However, the time has come. I've been offered a good deal to sell it back to the main dealership I bought it from. So it'll be back for sale at McLaren New Forest. And I think it's time to get into something else, something different. Listen, I might have peaked a little bit too soon at 26 in a 765. I may have peaked a little bit too soon. However, it's time to get into something else, experience a new ownership experience with a car, and fall back in love with something new. But for the time being, the 765 is literally being picked up in half an hour or so. So I thought I'd chuck on a quick video, do a quick video of the farewells. A lot of you guys have been messaging me, talking to me, telling me how much you love this car every single day over the last year of ownership. So I've had it for around a year. So I thought you guys were due a goodbye video. So yeah, it's Piper's first day at playgroup today. So it's Piper's first day at playgroup, first day where we've not got kids to look after, and the car is making its departure. So it's due a video. But I hope you guys are all well anyway. I hope you guys aren't too fucked off with me for selling it. I think you're going to be quite excited to see what I get next. There's a few ideas in the pipeline. And I believe McLaren are even dropping me off a Artura to drive for a little bit and see what I think. However, yeah, stay tuned to see what the next car in the garage is, as I don't think you're going to be disappointed, let's put it that way. It's not strange of me to be selling the car. Like, I usually keep my supercars for around 9 to 12 months. I think this might be the car that I might have had the longest in terms of supercars. The F8 I might have had just about the same amount of time, but usually I like to keep it around that 9 to 12 month mark, really give myself a chance to appreciate it, know how to drive it, get the most out of it, but then also don't allow myself to get bored of it. I want to be able to keep it fresh, keep it exciting. When it comes to car ownership myself, I want to try and have as many different cars as I can in my lifetime. Like, cars are my thing. I love cars. So I want to be able to get in, get out, experience different cars, experience different brands, and really, yeah, be able to understand what kind of car I like most. However, this V8 twin turbo craziness has been nothing short of ridiculous. It's helped me across different businesses, it's helped me with networking, it's helped me increase revenue across different businesses. It's been a godsend in terms of a brand and how I've experienced it. It's been nothing but positive. I've had no issues with it. A lot of people talk about McLaren disasters, setting on fire, not working, electrical issues. I don't think I've had one issue with the car, which is always handy. Obviously, you hear a lot of McLaren horror stories, but from the two McLarens I've not had anything go wrong, so I've obviously picked well. But yeah, it's time for something new, it's time for something a bit different, and I think what I'll do is when I do get the new car, I'll record it for a video as well for you guys, so that you can see the full picture of what I'm out of, what I'm back into car-wise. But for the time being, I've got this week super busy. I'm trying to get up to date with everything I can because I'm going skiing next week. So although I'll be working in the mornings and the evenings, I'll be absolutely shredding in the day. So I'm trying to get up to date with work. I'm selling a car, potentially buying another car, being dropped off another McLaren to test drive for a week or so, I guess. They haven't told me how long. And then Piper starts playgroup today as well. So it's a busy week, busy week, and I thought I'd just record this quick video, let you know that the car's going, let you know that it's been nothing but positive, and it's only going because I want to experience new things. There's no point, in my eyes, having the same car forever. That new feeling you get, that new buzz when you get a new car, if you can keep doing that, then fucking do it, because there's nothing better. And I thought I'd record a video of the farewell. So what I'll do is I've got to go back in and do some more work, but for the time being, it's goodbye. And when the truck comes to collect it shortly and drop off the new McLaren, I'll get the camera back out. It's McLaren delivery time. They're bringing the Artura for me to try. Hopefully they don't write off the fucking wall on the entrance. Here she comes. And here we have the McLaren Artura. So I've never actually seen inside one of these before. It's looking all very futuristic. You can hear my 765 leaving. I'm trying not to look too emotional. But yeah, we've been given this to test out for a little bit. He doesn't know how long for, but I'm assuming a week or so. Let me show you the outside of it now. There it goes, ladies and gentlemen. Emotional. So there goes the 765, just like that. Just like that, it's gone. Someone else to enjoy. However, have been left with this Artura. Like I said, I've already got a slight idea of what I'm getting next, but they wanted to pass this over to me for a little bit to try out. Who am I to say no to that? So we've got a lovely spec, to be fair. It's like a nice real metallic-y green. I think lift is up at the moment, which is why it looks like it's a 4x4. 23 plate. Haven't actually checked the miles. I'm assuming pretty low. But yeah, we've got the nice, I'd say light grey aluminium style alloys. And then the rear end. I don't think the Artura comes with any aero, so I don't think there's any active aero on this at all. But I'll tell you what, it's a good looking thing, really. A lot of 765 features with this on the rear. A bit 720 SE with the pipes. I'm not really sure about all this up here, to be honest. There's a lot of body here. However, spec wise, it's actually a really pretty car. So what I'll do, once he's gone, I'll take it out for a little spin, and then I've got to get on with my day today. But there goes a 765 on the back of a truck as we speak, and I've been left with this to test out. Like I said, there's a new car coming to the garage soon. Will it be the Artura, or do I have something else in mind? Stay tuned to the Instagram, to the YouTube, and yeah, I'll pick back up taking this out for a spin very soon. So just before I go out in the car, let's have a quick look at some of the features. I have been out in it for a quick coffee. Now I'm going to go meet a friend and have some lunch. It drives really nicely, I'll be honest. Super comfortable, not hard at all. I mean, it does have that classic McLaren feel, so naturally it feels like a sports / supercar. However, yeah, it's a really nice spec. I'd probably spec something similar on the outside for a car like this. The inside is a bit questionable, which I'll show you now, but it's got these cool canyards which are like 765 vibes. Cool alloys. Generally it's a fucking good looking car, really. Just a bit soft. The rear end's also nice. I like the rear end with the 765 style bits there. But have a quick look inside, you'll see what I mean in terms of the questionable. It's actually got like a door handle, which is a bit different to what I'm used to. So we've got like a black / blue bucket, very leathery, and the same goes for inside. All very leathery, futuristic, big parcel shelf on the back, and like a metal finish on the steering wheel. Let me just get in, which was also literally harder to get into than the McLaren 765 I had. Very much ass first. It's really small in here. And yeah, pull that down. Here we have it. It does have electric, so it's like a hybrid. So now I'm in electric mode. So I've just put my foot down. I was in the car park earlier. Oh shit! I was in the car park earlier, and literally thought I couldn't start the car, but it was because it's in electric mode. So pure silence. Let me just ring the gate. But yeah, very different driving experience having something that's very electric. We've got these, I think these are lights instead of paint. I'm not 100% sure. It's like in the metal, which is very clever. And then it's got the Bowers and Wilkins in here as well. Got a really good infotainment, so this is really good in comparison to what I'm used to. And yeah, we're driving in electric out of the driveway. So I think the whole point is you're able to kind of do a minute or so of driving in an electric from what I've experienced so far, and then the engine kicks in because of the charge. So I guess you're able to drive out of your village or estate or whatever, but this is pure in electric, which is pretty cool. Not something I'm used to. So I think there's like a little ledge there for the camera. First impressions, like I said, is quite comfortable. Listen, it's still a McLaren, so naturally it's got some stiffness to it, and it's quite a direct feeling, just like the 570S I had. It feels very similar to the 570S in terms of size and the kind of throttle response and everything, really. It feels pretty much like the 570S. It just feels slightly more refined. So in terms of like the steering and the response time on changing gears, etc., feels just a bit more refined, a bit higher quality than the 570S. The haunches, like when you're looking out of the mirrors, the haunches that you see on the side, they look pretty crazy. Driving past people, you still get people staring, like kid just then taking a photo. You still get that kind of response, even though it does look a bit more subtle and a bit softer in terms of the appearance of the car. But hey, it's something that I haven't driven before. It's a new experience, and with this hybrid technology, it's quite a cool experience as well. I've never driven like a hybrid like this before, where it's got the electric gears, etc., and the ability to drive in electric. So if I put it now back into electric, I think it should work. Am I back in electric? It says electric, however I can hear the engine, but that's classic McLaren, isn't it? I think this is like the hybrid-y mode where you have the electric support with the engine, I guess. So here we have it, the McLaren Artura. I'm super grateful to McLaren New Forest for letting me have it for a little bit. I don't know for how long. Obviously I'm skiing next week, so I'm not going to have it for tons of time, but it's nice to experience something different and see what my thoughts are on it. So now I'm in full electric mode. There's no engine. It's all electric, and it feels pretty surreal. Pretty surreal to be driving a McLaren in silence. It's not something I've done before, let's put it that way, after coming out of the 765. So I'm going to get loads of questions, obviously, across my Instagram that I'm very much prepared for, in terms of like, why are you getting rid of it? What happened to the 765? All that jazz. I'm very prepared for all those questions. And I think a lot of it comes down to trying something new. I can only have a car for so long before naturally I want to get into something else catches my eye, or I get a little bit bored. And listen, it's no secret that having a McLaren and putting miles on a McLaren isn't cheap when it comes to resale. It's not easy to get out of a 765 LT. It's a risky move for a dealer to spend 300 grand on a McLaren, especially a 765 it's not the easiest car to sell, you know, coming out of warranty. Yeah, putting miles on a McLaren 765 LT is not cheap. Not only in the fact that you've got to pay for the car in the first place, and the finance and the fuel, the insurance, the warranty, but also when you get out of it, the money that you lose. It's a risky old game. I knew that before I got into it. I was prepared for it, so I'm not financially shocked by the fact that I've lost some cash on it, to say the least. But I see that as a worthwhile investment in terms of how it's helped different businesses that I've got, and also the enjoyment that I get out of it, which is the main thing for me. I'm a proper car nut. I'm really into my cars, so I'm very aware that that passion is an expensive one, and to fuel it costs a lot in terms of vehicle depreciation. I'm not one to have a car and let it sit. I quite like to drive my cars. The McLaren, for example, I bought it at 150 miles, I think it had. Oh no, that was the Ferrari. I bought it at 700 miles and I've sold it at 2,700. So I put 2,000 miles on it in a year. Not the most. I think I did more miles in the F8 by a little bit, not by much, but it's enough miles to kind of really get to grips with the car, know the car, and yeah, I'm happy with the amount I've driven it. I don't feel like I didn't drive it enough, if that makes sense. I feel like I got what I needed to get out of it, I've got out of it, which is the main thing for me. But yeah, it's an expensive car to have, an expensive car to own. Chucked myself in the deep end with it, really.
You can't get many better McLarens than that. A lot of people say it's one of the best McLarens to have, even with the P1 and the Senna above it. People would say that that is the car to have. A lot of people say it's their dream car, it's the best car on the market, blah blah blah. But when it comes to resale, everyone's too scared to buy them. Looking at warranty alone, 4 or 5 grand a year, servicing a few grand. If something goes wrong, a lot of it's not covered by warranty. So it's a risky car to have, and that affects the ability to resell it. So I'm glad I managed to get out of it. I'm not shocked, because I think even if I did put it on myself, I'd be able to sell it just down to the spec and the colour and the lowish miles. But the issue is the warranty. It's coming out of warranty, so you'd have to start putting your own warranty on there, which isn't cheap. So luckily McLaren offered me a good price. They've got that back into stock, so if you are looking for a 765, nice blue one, then McLaren New Forest, they've got one going into stock shortly, I would assume. And like I said, I've got ideas of what's coming next. They have given me this Artura to drive for a bit to see if it's something I'd move into. It's a very comfortable car. I think it's too comfortable. I think I need something that's a bit harder and a bit more crazy. But if I was looking for like a tourer or a comfortable sports supercar to drive around in day to day, this would be up there, because you get the McLaren look, you get the McLaren feel, but just with a bit more comfort and better tech, and this hybrid system which is working flawlessly at the moment. I'm literally in electric as we speak, and I have been for the last few minutes, so I'm not sure range wise. It says I've got 3 range. I'm not sure what that means, because if it was miles I would have burnt through that already. But yeah, system wise it's working really well. The infotainment's really good in comparison to what I'm used to with McLaren as well, so it just feels like a nice place to be. I probably wouldn't have these buckets. I'd probably get comforts put in. The buckets don't really match the aesthetic and the vibe of the car. I'd have some nice comfort seats in here, but in terms of the car, I think it's a good piece of kit, and I wouldn't be surprised if they took a bit of a resurgence in terms of coming back. Values wise, I think they dropped quite a lot of value since they've come out. I'm not 100% sure on the market for them, but I don't think they've flown out as McLaren would have wanted them to. However, it's a nice place to be. It's a good car. Doesn't feel like a proper supercar though, and for the money I'd probably want something that feels a bit more stiff and a bit more crazy than this technology and the finish of this car. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go pick up a friend of mine, take him out for a spin, and we're going to go grab some lunch. Like I said, it was Piper's first day at playgroup today. I've just picked her up with Lauren and dropped them back at home. She's had a good first day, which is nice, and yeah, we went out for coffee and stuff, took Lauren out in it. She was impressed. She thought it was really comfortable and really liked it. So if you're looking for a car that your partner won't mind sitting in, I think this might be it. Obviously the buckets are slightly aggressive, they do hug you in a little bit, but nice comfort seats in here. It's a lovely place to be. But what I'll do is go grab some lunch and probably pick up the camera when I'm at the pub, show you some food, which is what I like to see on a video, and then some final thoughts on video for you guys. But yeah, the McLaren went earlier. I'm trying not to get emotional about it. I never like selling a car, but I think with what I've got up my sleeve in terms of the next move, it's all going to make sense to you guys, and I don't think you guys are going to be disappointed with what potentially might be taking its spot. But I'll catch up with you guys in a minute. Vibes. Good shot. Lunch done. Little local pub with a pal of mine, which was nice. Now time to head back, get some work done, drive out of here in electric mode. I'm starting to figure out the car a bit more now. You basically build up the battery charge by driving spiritedly, let's say, and then you get like a few miles of electric where it's fully hybrid, like full electric, like a Tesla, which is pretty cool. I'll tell you what, it's a fucking good looking car. Nice spec, pretty car, and it shifts as well. It's really quick. I guess because of the hybrid you get no lag. It's rapid, like really, really fast. Pretty impressed with it. But what I'll do is catch up with you guys when I get back. Gonna drive home now, get some work done, and then I'll pick the camera back up. Right, back home. I think that's locked, I'm not really sure. Back home from lunch with my friend. Took the old Artura out. I tell you, that hybrid system, so I don't think I've ever driven a hybrid car before, but the way that that works is so clever. Like how it recharges as you drive. So let's say you've got 50 miles of fuel. So I've had 80 miles of fuel and I've driven that car for around like an hour now, and I've still got 60 miles of fuel left, because every 5 or so miles you get another 5 miles battery, and then you can drive fully electric. It's crazy. It works super, super clever. So going forward, I'm going to be driving this for a week or so. I'm going skiing next week, and there's another car that I'm looking at that might be the potential new car on the driveway.
So stay tuned. Thank you for all the kind words on the 765. I know a lot of you absolutely love that car. It was a car I never dreamed of having, a car I'm so glad I have had, and a car that I'm glad I got out of. Let's just say that having an expensive McLaren in your driveway isn't the most reassuring car to have in terms of future values. So I'm glad I'm out of it, but what a fucking car, and it will be up for sale, I assume, at McLaren New Forest very soon. Thank you to them for lending me this to get used to, see if I like it and see if I want to buy one. Who knows, maybe be the next car. But there's another car that I'm looking at as well. Let me know your thoughts on this. And yeah, sorry I sold the 765. I know I'm going to get some questions, but you know my reasons now. I've done a little YouTube video to talk about it. I'm going to edit this up, get it out to you guys, get it posted as soon as possible, and then the next YouTube video will probably be collecting my new car. So stay tuned, make sure you subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts on the move, and yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon.